Hello, I'm Emma Hammett from First Aid for Life and onlinefirstaid.com. Today I'm going to talk to you about choking and why things like these, just showing you a few little ones here, these little mini eggs, and these can prove particularly dangerous. The thing about choking is that what has happened is that instead of it going down through your esophagus, it's got stuck and gone down through your airway. So if one of these little eggs were to go down, and obviously the size and scale isn't quite right and everything's a bit more stretchy, instead of going down your esophagus, it went down your airway. Because it's so round, and because these are so hard as well, they're far more likely to get stuck and lodged. And if you were to choke on them, you'd find that they were much harder to dislodge and to get out. And we've had all sorts of information that we've been running on our Facebook page on choking. And lots of people have said, oh, well, if it's chocolate, it's going to melt. But if it has already gone down the wrong way and it melts, then it's going to melt down into your trachea and into your airway. And that's not going to help at all because you'll end up with liquid chocolate going down. So the key thing is to supervise very closely if you're giving children these little mini eggs or grapes, and to try and avoid foods that are cut into perfect circles. So carrots, for example, should be cut into batons rather than cutting them into circles like that, because again they can far more easily get lodged and stuck, which can make things more difficult. So if you have got somebody that is choking, and don't forget there have been fatalities from all sorts of things with choking, the majority of people you can dislodge the obstruction pretty quickly. So choking is incredibly common, and to die following choking is incredibly rare, but it can happen, so do take it seriously. So if it is a child that is choking, first of all, see if they can cough. If they can cough and clear it, the calmer you are, the calmer they will be. So just encourage them to cough and clear it themselves. If they can't, what you need to do is to lean them forward, put your hand on their chest, and you want to hit them hard. And ideally you would put them flat over your lap, but you wouldn't be able to see properly if I do that here. So you want to hit them hard and firm each time to see if it's come out. And if it was a very small child, you might like to have a quick look and see if there's something obvious. Never ever be tempted to put your fingers down their throat and finger sweep. You would just use your finger and thumb to remove anything that is obvious. And you can see that a grape or a little mini egg is not going to be that easy for you to remove like that. So calm as you can, because if they feel you getting tense and worried and scared about it, it's going to make them all that little bit tighter as well. Up to 5 back blows. If it hasn't come out on those first 5 back blows, I'd get someone to get an ambulance on the way because it's pretty stuck. 99% of the time, and you will dislodge it. And don't forget, you are hitting them hard but firmly on the flat of their back and using gravity to help. So doing that is not going to do anything at all. So 5 hard back blows, and then for a child, you put your between their rib cage and their tummy button, and you make a fist like that, and you put your thumb in that space and you lean them forward and you pull in and up. So I don't know if you can see very easily, you're pulling in and up like that, and hopefully that will be like bellows and it will dislodge that obstruction pretty quickly. And then back to 5 back blows, back to that. And in the vast majority of cases, whatever is stuck will be well and truly gone and out, and they'll be back and be absolutely fine. Get them checked out. If they are having any problem swallowing, then that should be just checked out by someone. But usually they're absolutely fine. For a baby, you hold them down your arm like this, and you would put them ideally down your leg. Again, I'm not sure how easy that is for you to see. So you put them down your leg like that. You would have a look first to see if there is anything obvious that you can remove. Put your finger and thumb under their chin to hold the airway open. and you put them down your leg and you hit and check. Hit and check. Again, up to 5 times. If it hasn't come out on that, for a baby, you hold them over like that and you do 2 fingers on their chest and you do a hard chest thrust like that. Again, up to 5 times, checking each time. Then back to the back blows again, and then back to the chest thrusts again. And you keep going. And again, the vast majority of times, you will get that obstruction out. So the key message is just be careful about what you're giving them to eat and drink. Supervise young children at all times. Don't let them run around when they're eating. And quite often choking can happen when they're laughing or they're chatting whilst they're eating, because obviously it's much easier for the food to go down the wrong way. If it is things like mini eggs, please be careful. There have been fatalities from those. Choose slightly larger Easter eggs that are hollow. And the same with anything. You can get little mini footballs and things made of chocolate. So just think about what you're giving them and just make sure that it is a sensible thing for them to have. I hope that's helpful. That's Emma Hammett from First Aid for Life and onlinefirstaid.com.